Hello and welcome to this edition of Y-PAC CityCast. I'm Randy Beeler. For the second year in a row, the water supply forecast for the Yakima Valley this irrigation season is solid. After a devastating drought in 2015, no water problems were experienced in 2016 or last year, and all signs point to irrigators having plenty of water this year as well. Still, now is not the time to forget that water remains a precious commodity in our region, and we always need to do our best to use it effectively and efficiently. The irrigation season in the city of Yakima officially begins on April 1st. Relatively cool weather so far this year has meant that the mountain snowpack, which feeds the valley's irrigation system, remains strong. Regardless, the city is continuing its efforts to encourage people to use water wisely. Launched during the 2015 drought, the City of Yakima's 42 Ways to Save Water campaign provides tips about how to take small steps toward reducing your overall water usage. The complete list of 42 ways to save water is available through the Points of Interest section on the City of Yakima website front page. The information is also being shared through the city's social media platforms, on YCTV and Y-PAC cable channels, through news releases, traditional media, and more. At its March 20th meeting, the Yakima City Council decided to keep a ban on pit bulls within city limits in place, at least for now. At its March 20th meeting, the council voted down a motion to repeal the pit bull ban, which has been in place since 1987. Instead, the council directed its legal staff to bring back to the council at its April 17th business meeting suggestions about how existing ordinances could be revised or whether a new ordinance may need to be written and considered by the council. The Yakima City Council in 1987 adopted the breed-specific ban that does not allow pit bulls to be kept in Yakima after 3 people were attacked by pit bulls. There have been at least 4 attempts to repeal the ban in the last several years, none of which has succeeded. Well, Yakima has made progress to improve vacant buildings, and more improvements are coming to Randall Park. To tell you more, here's CityCast's John Fannin.
Thanks, Randy. Efforts by the City of Yakima's Code Enforcement Office are making a positive impact in neighborhoods. As of June 2015, the city had 119 properties declared dangerous. That total has been whittled to just 47 in less than 3 years. Code Administration Manager Joe Caruso said it's about making people accountable for their property. Many of the buildings had been abandoned and squatters had moved in, creating fake utility accounts. There were other issues too, such as complaints of illegal drugs, properties being broken into, and car prowls. Caruso said the city has been working with owners of the dangerous buildings to get them boarded up and secure. The recent effort is making a difference. At one point, the city received as many as 5 to 7 complaints a week. That has now dropped to 1 or 2 complaints every couple of months. Caruso gave an update about the effort during the Yakima City Council's Neighborhood and Community Building Committee meeting on Thursday, March 15th. Visit yakimawa.gov/services/codes for more information about the City of Yakima's Code Administration Office. Work is underway to install new walkways for the City of Yakima's Randall Park. Workers are relocating irrigation lines and removing sod for the new walkways. The City of Yakima Streets Division will place new asphalt for the walkways in early April. Parks and Recreation Manager Ken Wilkinson said the walkways were getting bumpy and starting to deteriorate. Roots from nearby trees also cause damage. This work is all part of the larger Randall Park Improvement Project. It is funded through a state grant, private donations, volunteer efforts, city staff labor, and some parks capital funds. Visit yakimaparks.com for more information about Randall Park and other City of Yakima parks. Randy, we'll send it back to you.
Thank you, John. When we come back, you'll get a behind-the-scenes look at one of Yakima's true manufacturing success stories. You're watching Y-PAC CityCast.
Domestic violence doesn't just affect victims, it affects our entire community.
Decir que la violencia doméstica no es mi problema, no hace nada para resolverlo.
We can no longer ignore domestic violence because it's real. It's happening here in our neighborhoods.
No hay que quedarnos callados. No más excusas.
Domestic violence.
Velo, oílo, repórtalo.
The Yakima to Ellensburg commuter makes riding to each city a time saver. Sit back and finish your work, read a book, make contacts while en route. It's easy and affordable when they do all the driving for you. The commuter runs multiple trips per day in each direction. It will pick you up or drop you off at 8 different stops. And the commuter now has a new stop near CWU at 11th Avenue and Maple Street for your convenience. Yakima to Ellensburg commuter, making riding to each city a time saver.
What started as a plane repair business has grown into a world-renowned manufacturing company known for the quality planes it produces. In this edition of Our Profiles in Business segment, you'll learn more about a true Yakima manufacturing gem, CubCrafters.
Hi, Rob Peterson here, Airport Director at the Yakima Air Terminal, McAllister Field. We're here at CubCrafters, providing a tour of their facilities where they design, engineer, and manufacture a variety of aircraft in the Yakima Valley.
CubCrafters was started in 1980, right here on the Yakima Airport by Jim Richmond, who still owns the company today. It was actually begun as a rebuild service for a very popular airplane called a Piper Super Cub. Jim rebuilt Super Cubs and came up with improvements over the years and eventually had a better idea and believed he could design an airplane himself. So he did, and in the late 90s, early 2000s, we actually morphed from a rebuild shop into a manufacturer. We're not an ag company. We break the mold there. We're technically classified as aerospace. We're located here on the Yakima Airport. The original facility in the headquarters where we are right now is on the northeast corner at 16th and Washington. We've grown over the years and we're confined here. We've got a museum on one side, a taxiway on one side, and a runway on the other side. So we've expanded. We now have a south campus down on the south part of the airport. We have 3 fabrication shops down there for composites, CNC operations, and a weld shop, in addition to the main assembly plant and office right here. We still do rebuild planes to this day. I think we have a great reputation nationally for that. But the focus of our business now is designing, certifying, and manufacturing brand new aircraft. Of our 165 employees, a good number of them are from Yakima, but frankly, we need some very specific skills in some positions, so we do hire from outside as well. The X-Cub is our newest plane, certified in FAA's Part 23 category. That's the airplane that we launched last year. It took 6 years and millions of dollars to develop. The reason we did it is because we knew we could make a better airplane, and the X-Cub, I'm proud to say, is the leader in its class. It outperforms everything else in the market in every way. All flight testing is done right here in Yakima, except in the middle of the winter when we get our freezing fog, and then we have set up camp in Arizona from time to time when we have to. We have an engineering staff upstairs of 10 or 12 people, and we use a few outside engineers, but completely designed and certified right here in Yakima.
Well, thank you for joining us for this edition of Y-PAC CityCast. To learn more about what's going on with the City Council, city programs and services, fun activities in our area, and more, check out one of the many options available to you. The city's website at yakimawa.gov is the key communication platform for the City of Yakima and is home to a wide variety of information about programs and services. The city also utilizes multiple social media platforms to reach out to the community. You can find the city on Facebook and Twitter, as well as on Instagram. Y-PAC programming and other videos are also available on the city's YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of Y-PAC CityCast. I'm Randy Beeler. Take care.
For more information on Y-PAC CityCast, call 575-6092.